Hello everyone, my name is Akhlil Tasfallet and this video is about chapter 6 podcast review, and from the 3 podcasts I choose the first one, how to be a man. And the first question is, what general theme about humanity does this podcast illustrate? This podcast illustrates that gender roles are often performed based on what society teaches, masculine or feminine, revealing the pressure to conform and how difficult it can be truly experiencing life from another gender's perspective, suggesting limits to understanding without shared life experience. Question number 2, what lesson can students learn from this podcast? Student of intercultural can learn from this podcast what it means to be a man or woman changes depending on cultural norms and expectations, and fixed ideas about gender can block open communication and understanding. Question number 3, how does this podcast help you understand the perception of the people in this episode? This podcast helped me understand that perception of gender are deeply shared by cultural norms and social expectations. Also, it gives me insight into how complex and powerful cultural influence are in shaping personal identity and perception of self. Question number 4, how might you respond or feel if you are involved in the story? Choose one. If I were one of the women attending the class, I might feel a mix of frustration and determination. It would probably be challenging and uncomfortable to try to change such deeply ingrained behavior and expression that are tied to my identity. At the same time, I might feel curious and motivated to understand more about how gender is performed and perceived. Question number 5, in what year was the podcast published and how the historical context impact in the story was told? Okay, the podcast was published on May 2025 because the podcast was made during the time when gender norms are being questioned and redefined. The storytelling probably highlights both the struggle and the humor involved in trying to act like a man. Question number 6, who is the reporter who created this and how might the reporter's background impact the story was told? The reporter from this episode is Sarah Miller. Because she expected the situation first-hand, her background as both a participant and observer likely shaped the story in a very personal and reflective way. Additionally, her background as a writer might emphasize storytelling, detailed description, and emotional insight, making the episode more engaging and relatable for listeners. And that's it. Thank you.